in the NBA, right here on 2K Sport. So, Greg, with All-Star voting underway, there are plenty of deserving players, but only 12 spots for each conference. It is very difficult to choose.
And that's why it feels like someone gets snubbed every year. I'd love to see the league expand the rosters to 15 spots. Remember, we had 12-man rosters back when there were only 9 teams.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Zach Collins is out there with Buzelis. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward.
A volume three-point shooter. You have to expect White to connect on those looks from the outside.
Gobert with a screen on Giddey. Big Daddy. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And part of what makes Gobert effective is his presence. Just the threat of a shot blocker is a deterrent, and it makes him a monster on D. Now, that's where you like your shots to come from.
Minnesota with the ball. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their set.
So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league, but if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
That misses off the backboard.
That one hurts. Point-blank range, you've got to capitalize on it.
Here's Buzelis. That 3 off the mark. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. MP looking around. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a great time to check out the power rankings. See how the teams are stacking up across the league. Take a look at the Kings. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they've simply been on fire lately, ripping off 5 straight wins to help maintain that #1 spot. And with each additional victory, they're becoming more and more confident.
White, good.
An assertive offensive player, White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He tallied 21 points and did a nice job of spreading the ball around. And his team, they're on fire in the midst of a strong stretch. They're looking to keep it up tonight. Guys?
Allie, we appreciate the update. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Over to the wing. Shannon tries to save it. Kept alive, Minnesota. MP outside. Reed with a screen for MP. To the inside, just fine on the clock. And Reed throws it down.
Once Reed saw he had room, he went right up with authority.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. You know, Clark, Rudy Gobert is often the victim of unfair criticism.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there. I mean, that's just what people tend to do, the talking heads, if you will. I think too many times folks focus on what he can't do instead of appreciating all that he does. I mean, he excels as a rim protector, a screener, a physical presence in the paint. I mean, I think he's going to go down as one of the all-time outstanding defenders in league history.
MP against Giddey. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Gobert knows his strengths on offense and plays to him well.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Outside, White. Pass to Dosunmu. In the corner, it's Buzelis. Shoots over Reed. And again, Chicago. No good. MP outside. Gobert with a screen for MP. Out left to the wing. Goes up the baseline. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Minnesota on top, up by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. In for the Timberwolves. MP comes in for Michael Conley. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Zach Collins checked in for Jalen Smith. Buzelis comes in for Patrick Williams. Dosunmu, he is checked in for Okoro. And it's Kobe White in for Javon Carter. Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. MP out there with Dillingham. And it's Edwards in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. White. And the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
And it's time for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer from Minnesota provided some information. Called the injury a lower back bruise and said it's very stiff at the moment. As we get into the season, injuries becoming more common. In this case, he's been given the green light to keep playing. He'll just have to be more careful moving forward, guys.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update.
It's always so tough to see a player get hit with this kind of setback. You know, they dedicate so much time and energy and effort to their craft. My hope and prayer is that he has a smooth recovery.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
And now, Allie Laporte says something for us from the sideline.
Well, Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Kevin?
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Here's White. His 3-pointers off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
MP inside. Giddey defending.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to Buzelis. A 3-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 17. MP outside. There's the drive. And the shot goes in. MP's got 6.
Look at how swiftly MP moves to the rim there.
Bulls trail by 19. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Gobert the screen. MP dishes to Gobert. And Slam dunk by Gobert.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
MP outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, I love MP's mindset. His approach to the game mentally is really impressive. I mean, guys always are chirping at him, but he maintains his composure and doesn't get rattled at all.
Here's Giddey. Lets the 3 fly, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Minnesota feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
I think for the Timberwolves, I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half. A commanding performance for the Timberwolves. And that concludes halftime. Now time.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Naz Reid with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Dosunmu is out there with Buzelis, and it's Collins in at the 5. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode. And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
MP with it, and it's Buzelis picking him up. MP, good.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
To Buzelis. Offline with his 3.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
MP passes to Gobert. 5 on the clock. Edwards kicks to MP. From deep. They get it back.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
It's Collins, high post. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got assist number 5 here tonight. Minnesota leading by 21. Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. The great skill development program showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
Out to White. The 3. It's good from long range. White's got 11 points.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
MP outside. To Gobert. Collins with some nice D.
He took it up strong, but the defense was ready for it.
Here's Buzelis. And he gets it to go. Buzelis has got his first points of the game.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
Gobert with a screen on Giddey. Here's MP, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 15 points in the game.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Chicago making some changes. Smith checked in for Collins. To make substitutions. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Here's MP. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that orange. What a night he's had.
The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. And it's MP in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Giddey the pass to Collins. Stolen by McDaniels. Giddey against MP. And just as players, Greg, have used technology to train, it sounds like officials are now doing the same thing.
Yeah, whether it's the training app on their phones or VR headsets, cameras tracking their positioning on the floor, and even where they're looking, we'll see how much of a difference all this tech makes.
It's White on the wing. Back to Giddey. Driving the lane, lays it up off the glass.
And I love watching Giddey take it strong to the basket. The D has got to be aware of it.
Randall with a screen for MP. Pass to Gobert. MP outside. Back to Gobert. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Collins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And that one is good!
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Minnesota.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Naz Reid.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And Dillingham subbed in for Edwards.
You know, what makes Julius Randle special is his versatility. I mean, he can play big and move fast out there, and he can guard and outplay a number of positions as well.
MP outside. To the middle. Low block shot on the way. It's hauled in by the Bulls. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Asenge got it to go off the glass. Now, here's MP. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Now let's go to...
I'm here with one of the victors. MP, you were looking for your teammates tonight, and they delivered.
I was trying to let the game come to me. Read the defense, make the right pass, and trust my teammates to make the shots. It's not always simple, but...
Kevin, back to you.
Hey, Jen, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And so now, for